Think about the statement, sanctify your future. Did you know you could sanctify your future? It means to change it. It means to remove today the things that will affect your future. And I want to tell you, one of the most amazing verses in the Old Testament is Joshua chapter 3, verse 5, where it says these words, sanctify yourself, for tomorrow the Lord will work wonders among you. Now, there's an entire volume of books written on this one verse. Imagine a whole book on this one verse. And why is it so important? Because changing the future means simply to alter the probable outcome. And Joshua is looking at a generation facing the future. And I don't know of any time where more signals have been given to you that the future is horrible than the ones now. You hear it in the church, and you hear it in the university classroom, and we talk about limits, we talk about environmental disaster, we talk about racism, talk about hatred, we talk about the future. And so much of what is fascinating to the young at this point is survival. They're not really thinking about triumphing, not very much. So changing the future means to alter the current probable outcome. Sanctifying ourselves means to clean out the things that are creating our current future. Let's say that the future you're building right now isn't good enough. Let's just say that you are not consciously aware that you are settling when you shouldn't be settling. And it may be for a million reasons that we don't need to get into. One of the reasons that I do want to get into is, as I just said, the pessimism of our culture. It's so pervasive and so powerful. So what is going on in the 3rd chapter of Joshua? A man who had to follow the greatest man, Moses, is about to be exalted. God is going to give him an equivalent miracle to the opening of the Red Sea. Now, the Red Sea was big, but the Jordan River was no slouch. And at a flood stage, here's exactly what they were going to do. They were going to repeat the miracle of a body of water opening up and 2 million people walking through it. Not something you can do in a matter of even a few hours. Not only this, but the priests were to walk into the middle of that raging river, which now the water would stand up. And they would stand there the entire time that the people of God would walk through the river. All right, so here's the day. This is going to happen to you. Clean up your act. I'm sure those priests, those words burned inside of them when they were standing in that river, thinking, if there's any sin in my life, this wall of water is going to drown me any minute. Now, here's the counterpart for you. Tomorrow holds things that you aren't even capable of understanding or knowing about right now. But what you can reject is all of the negativity and the destructiveness that keeps you from building the right kind of future. God is going to use you. How's this door going to open? The same God that opens oceans and opens the heavens. And it tells us in Revelation, I am the root and the offspring of David. I open and no man can close. So here it comes. We live in a painful paradox. We do not even know it. And let me read this. We believe in an awesome God, but we act as if he has limited power to overcome modern obstacles. Things like grade point averages, recruiters, jobs, availability, change of technology. Who do I know? How am I going to get somewhere? These can cloud your mind and burden you with false fear and false insecurity about the future. And the most important thing that it does is it robs you of energy. You don't have the opportunity to do the things that you need to do to build a future that matters. Sanctify your tomorrow. Okay, maybe you're tired because of the energy drains that I just mentioned. Maybe you tried and you failed. Maybe your dream just rose up and slapped you in your face, or your aspirations blew up in front of you. Perhaps you're hurt from repeated rejection. Don't give away the future. Don't give it away. Don't sign away a destiny based on current events. Tough times will pass, and you will regret any decision you make now based on fear, on limited knowledge, and on, first of all, in the heat of despair. Okay, so now, then what do? Let's read it. Sanctify yourself. Divide your life into two parts, the part that you're responsible for and the part he is responsible for. When you clean up your part and respond in absolute faith to everything that God tries to do in your character, tells you to write down, tells you to prepare for, tells you to believe, don't spend time figuring out how you can do the impossible. All that night when Joshua slept, he tried to visualize a raging river standing up and stopping. Now, I'm going to tell you, when you get there, those miracles will be waiting for you. Sanctify yourself, because tomorrow God is going to do something amazing in your future. God bless you.